What's going on, guys? I have the flu. Very much under the weather. I'm not feeling good. And I get through this video without trying to cough or sneeze. I want to, if you're new to this channel or just kind of passing through this channel, at least can you listen to my whole message? And if you don't like the message, that's okay. You don't have to subscribe. If you kind of resonate with it just somewhat, maybe give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. It does help the algorithm if you somewhat agree with this message. And if not at all, I'm more open to constructive criticism, and you're more than welcome to pass this message along to somebody else that it may help and they may need it. Now look, I'm just a guy, okay? I'm just a guy, and not trying to go too far this way or this way in any like topic or situation or category that this world has spinned us around in. But I do want to say this: the couple videos I've had recently about the first wave of change for men and my outlook on it, and I want to touch more about this, how important it is for us to look at this view of this change, that we feel a lot of men don't agree with me or feel like they see this change actually coming about or just in its birth stages. Oh god, sorry, I don't want to stop this video. And and it's so important to get this understanding for this first wave of change for men. And if you're a woman, you should strongly listen to this. And if you're of any ethnicity, religion, of background, you should strongly listen to the message. I hope I can come off somewhat clear. The first wave of change for men is just at its opening door. And this open door can lead to so many different other things. It actually can be a trickling effect of problems and will make it more difficult for us as men. Now, if you look way past way back in times, men were absolutely needed and necessary for safety and life, food and shelter. It was an absolute necessity. There was no food coming home if your man wasn't going out the door and grabbing it. So we've been past all of that, way past fast forward. We've conquered so much. We now have technology and buildings and all the other things. And I think a lot of men have actually kind of like sat back now. Now they're in the video games. And they're like, okay, just, all right, women want to take the lead. Go ahead, and go take the lead. And this is not a woman and a man thing. Please listen to the whole message. And so we believe in women because a lot of us have daughters, and we believe in the empowerment of women, and we want you guys to feel equal and empowered as well too. And you guys are, and it's beautiful. Don't want to take that away from you. Many of you are going into the market and actually making just as much, if not more now. It actually, statistics do show that women are making more money than the average man in their same field. And so tables have completely turned around, and that's great. That's wonderful. I don't want to take that away. But what you cannot do as a group or society or a nation, of however you want to look at it, is to belittle the other to rise up to success. Doing so is going to be the downfall of your own demise. So this world and the universal power is a reflection of each other. You are a reflection of me. I am a reflection of you. And so the message that I'm putting out to you has somewhat resonated within you at some point. The algorithm doesn't lie. So I am somewhat of a maybe subconscious reflection of your thoughts at some point. And that's what we need to understand, that we're going into something of, let's say, if there is somewhat of this first wave of change for men, We cannot do what our sisters have done, is by climbing the corporate ladder, climbing the gender ladder, climbing the political and all these other things ladder, belittling the others. And I've seen this in other categories I'm not going to talk about, but I've seen this in other spaces. And that's not the point that I'm trying to get at, but my point is this, is that we cannot push down our next person by rising up above. We have been institutionalized in our mind and desensitized that we think that we're not doing that, and you are. You have been groomed through generational desensitization in your mind to do so. We naturally just do it and think we're not doing it. I know. Did you see that, John? Those people are crazy. It's always those types. It's that kind of conversation is a piece of so many different other topics and different other areas of this world that we think we're not doing so. And when we start to look at each and every person as a reflection of ourselves, we would only wish to deliver the message and uplift that person as if it was delivered to us and uplifting us. We have to look at the world and each other as a mirrored reflection of ourselves, because the anger within you is a reflection the anger you have for someone is a reflection that you have within you. And that is extremely important to keep right there as top note when looking at this first wave of change for men. It is so important when it comes to the religious aspect and the different generational, the different age aspect of this whole thing. I'm really sorry. So let me close at this point, because I apologize for making sometimes long videos. But let me close at this point, and really please stay with me. I'm asking you, please, from my heart, to stay with me and listen to this message. And if it vibes with you, please give it a thumbs up or subscribe to the channel. As men, what I see is, as we come forward to speaking about these wrongdoing that's being done to us in all different areas, from therapy. We have therapists on YouTube and licensed therapists all over the world that will continuously say to you, yes, therapists have a gender biases towards each other. Towards their client. If you have a female client with a male client, it's a gender biases. If you're having a couples court, it's gender biases. If you're couples therapy, it's gender biases. In the courts, it's gender biases. It's more than likely leaning towards women. Now, again, we do have some that are winning towards men, and that's why I say the door is opening to this first wave, because some men are actually coming out on top. And so in this process of the first wave, we have to be very careful in making it seem as though we do not have hate for this religion or for the family members or for this woman or this and this, that. Family members, that's another video. Y'all need to stay out of the business. Mother-in-laws, father-in-laws need to get out. That's clear, point blank, one sentence. Get out. Boom. Chapter's over. Next page. But when it comes to this first wave of change for men, we need to look at women as our sisters. We need to look at them as our sisters, and we can't let our sisters down. We have to say, look, you did it this way, which was wrong, which was stomping on us, which was also a reflection of stomping on yourself, which was also a reflection of stomping on your children, which was also a reflection of stomping on the country, because now you have given this ideology to this child, and now they have used it to inflict pain on the world because of the misunderstanding that they have as children. You did it wrong. This is the way it should be done. It should be done the right way. And as we come with more rights, with more of a voice, with more of power, and with more authority, where we should rightfully have it in all places equally, just as you do. This is how it should be applied without kicking down you. I want to lift you up, my sister. I want to lift you up, my brother. Now, I want to lift you up, my sister. I want to lift you up, my brother. And that is very important. This disagreement and this separation between brothers, between men to men, I've seen it way too much. I've had it done to me, and I've seen it way too much. And by no means necessary does a man need to be putting down another man because of his loss of finances, his loss of business, his loss of family, and this and that, and calling him less than a man. He does not see clearly a man like that has more, and putting down a man who has less because of all his loss, clearly does not see the area that he grew up in, the demographics, the entire systems that were controlled to tear his entire life down from childhood, adolescence, to courthouses, to legal systems, to everything else, to gender biases, to social media, constantly breaking him at every level. And we need to man up. But you sitting there with probably so much more support than he had, putting him down. By no means necessary. We have two things that we have to very importantly pay attention to. And that is putting down other women as men start to speak out, move forward, and gain authority and gain position and rise to the occasion, as they should, because we are at the lowest of the totem pole right now, guys. And also putting down your brothers. That's the last thing you should be doing. The first thing you should be doing is picking up your brothers and then your sisters. But that's absolute top is your God, your religion, your children, your brothers, your sisters, like everyone, like as a whole, like all of us. And that's the message I want to clearly put out of there. Take it from someone who made the mistakes of having a chip on his shoulder about women. Sometimes I do, but I would to get a point across of an experience or what's happening as a whole. But make it very, very clear that is the only way to rise to the occasion as men, is a group, in a group setting with more. That's the only way. That's it. That's the only way, is to not step on others. We need to lift our brothers up that have been beaten down in every way possible. I mean, take it from me. I mean, from homelessness to death to loss of everything, financial, property, business, my mind. And here I am now. And still screaming to the mountaintops. At the very, very end, I'll keep screaming to the mountaintops. It's about coming together. You have an entire governmental system, all social media, everything, all of those things. And if I say some of the names, starts with a B and an R. It's a color and an object. Rock. You have all of these things that are massively controlling, one massive entity controlling it all and being pulled by all these different puppets. And of course they need a separation. Of course they need two incomes coming into the tax. They need to separate you, and they need to enslave you. They need to put you into this idea that you need to be against each other, to have you running around in circles and in this loop. And that's not what it's about. It's about coming together. It's about coming together. And it's about family. What's this? How they're building a house out of trees and logs from the forest, and they're making love and having happy families, and they don't have any kind of cell phones or TVs in this log cabin out there, and they're just happy together and creating family and enriched by the land? Oh no, how dare they? We need to get in there. Let's get in their minds. Let's give them reason to take their kids out of school for 8 hours a day and put them into this slave mindset system and all this other stuff. I mean, come on, guys. I don't need to go too much and sing and dance about this whole thing. But let's just be real here. I'm just a guy. And why continue to lie to yourself that you're being controlled? And then for you to sit on anger about the things that the system has done to us. Divorced men, divorced fathers. Let's come together. Let's put our energy and our resources and come together. Love and respect each other as men first, or godly men, or whichever religion, or however you want to do it. You all have a table. You all have a seat at my table, and lift up our sisters. And as a reflection of ourselves, our children will see the same thing. Wow, this is the way it should be done. Yes, the correct way. The correct way. All ethnicities, all religions, all genders, all. We all walk together. We all walk together. Together. The way they don't want it. Together. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you for listening. And please thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.